Guys, you guys started without me. Well, put my stool right here in front of both of you, all three of you. I'll sit down here. We got Jason Thomas over here with his cell phone, probably tweeting about what's about to happen. And then I better be careful with Wyget over here. He's got a lot of clout at Racer X. Be able to take down my video in no time.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders.
But he's a man of very few words, as you can tell. So, might as well get started. I know we got Steve Mathis back here. These guys did an exceptional job over 5 episodes. So be sure to watch their stuff. And this is going to be a very brief overview on my predictions for at least, I'm going to start with the 450 class. And A, we're going to have no political correctness in this episode. And B, we're not going to have any oversensitive content. I'm going to have some polls floating in the top right hand corner. It's going to be my left, but your top right hand. So please be sure to join the conversation and also comment your thoughts below the video. Don't really know what I'm doing with my hands. Because I had such a long intro, I'm going to start with the guy that I think is going to win. And no, it's not because of the Goku reference in this video, which is pretty sick if you don't mind me saying. It was between this guy and, honestly, it was Adamson Cirillo. I personally think Adam is going to win a couple races this season, but it's for later down in the countdown. This is Cooper Webb, just because of his racecraft, because he's smart. We're living in an era where not one rider could win, but there's literally probably 10 riders that could win on any given weekend, plus a couple wild cards here and there. I just have a feeling that this guy is going to be the second repeat defender since Dungey and sort of take over on factory KTM. All the support is going towards him right now because Marv is hurt. And this guy, I think, is going to be sort of like the Diesel, where he doesn't win every weekend, but he's putting himself in a good position. You know, argue with me if you want. I think this kid is the strongest mentally, and he's got the team behind him. He's got factory KTM with Roger DeCoster, not to mention Alden Baker on his side. Guy's got everything set up for him to win again, and he's young. He's in his prime. You guessed it, my bridesmaid for the year is Eli Tomac. And the reason why I think he's going to get second again is he's definitely the clear favorite to win. He's got so much pressure on his back, and he's also the fastest. But he has that infamous floating front wheel where he always makes some sort of a small mistake, and then it just gets in his head, and he can't recover, and he ends up getting like a 12th for one race, when the guy can almost come from last sometimes and show superhuman speed and win. I watch this guy in awe most of the time, going, what's he doing different than the other riders? He looks like he's going through the whoop section. He looks like he's going triple. How's he so much faster? But unfortunately, history has a way of repeating itself if you make the same mistakes, and he always seems to implode at some point, and I like watching him ride. Don't get me wrong, guys. I know you guys think that I'm a Tomac hater just because he's taken me out before when I've been lapped.
What?
Yeah, that was embarrassing for me, but that's not the point. The point is, it's either time to shit or get off the pot. This guy has had every opportunity to be a multi-Supercross champion, and unfortunately, it just hasn't gone his way. There's been something that has been in his control and hasn't been bike malfunctions. Yeah, you could blame a couple things, but normally it's been he just flat out makes a mistake, or his pants come undone and he decides to pull them up and get past 12,000 times. Not that I'm bitter about that whole situation. He should have won that race. Anyway, I think he's getting burnt out. Everyone around him that he's racing against is retiring, and this is sort of his last chance. The competition has come up. We already have new superstars emerging with Webb and these younger riders. And not that it's any of my damn business. I've always wondered why John Tomac, who is a Hall of Famer mountain biker, amazing career for 20 plus years, why didn't he steer his son towards mountain bikes or road racing? Is there something there that he knew that he didn't want to expose his son to, or did his son just not like those kind of bikes in general? I don't know. What do you guys think? So this was a tough one for me to say Roczen third, because I personally think Roczen has never been faster, never been more one with the machine as he is right now. He's older. He's been through a lot with his arm and some other injuries, but mainly the one he's famous for is sideswiping a quad. But the sport is not just about you. It's about your competitors as well. As you progress, so does the rest of the competition. And maybe a couple years ago, he could have won this thing no problem, hands down. But because now you've got riders like AC coming in, Webb that's already here, Mookie that's coming into his own. If there's one thing I've learned from this sport is it's very fleeting. Those moments of bliss, those moments of perfection, of just tearing everybody up. So I hope it's not the downhill side of Kenny, which I can't believe a guy getting third. And I do think he's going to win a few races. I just don't think he's going to win the championship this year. Number 4 is going to be Adamson Cirillo. This guy, I definitely think is going to win. Yes, you heard me, win a couple races. I think he's just going to be inconsistent the rest of the time. This is sort of my wild pick. I think he's got a good chance at actually winning, but I think he's going to end up getting on the ground, having some sort of mishap, because the 450 class just brings a whole lot of extra pressure. Kid definitely seems prepared. It looks like he's gained 25 pounds over the between the motocross and the Supercross series. He's been riding with Ken a bunch. He's definitely prepared. I just think he's going to end up 4th for the series. So it's going to be Jason Anderson, the 2018 Supercross champ. He's got this persona of just not giving up and sort of partying lifestyle. And I've seen that hurt guys like Josh Hansen, Josh Hill. You've got Jason Lawrence. That sort of fun doesn't really do well with business. It doesn't mix. I guess there's a time and place for it. But he does have Alden Baker on his side, so we know he's probably training, probably getting stuff handled. It'll be interesting to see. That's why he's number 5. But please, in the comments below, let me know who you guys think is going to win, who's your favorite, if you think I'm full of BS, etc. Let me know. Fill out the polls in the top right-hand corner. I could have made this go on forever because we've got Brayton, you've got Mookie, you've got Osborne, you got Wilson. There's so many other riders. I just personally don't have that much time to edit. Hey, well, now that we're done, do you guys want to go get something to eat? Maybe go hang out? No? Anybody? All right.